Hello everybody and welcome. I've really been enjoying these beautiful spring days, and I particularly love looking in people's gardens. I'm quite nosy. I love to see all the trees in blossom, all the cherry blossoms, the magnolia coming out, the yellow forsythia. I think visiting gardens is one of my favourite pastimes. And I love the birds. I love to see the birds in my own garden and feed them, to watch the antics. So I thought today we'd have a practice with the theme of birds. There's quite a lot of yoga postures about birds. Come and sit quietly a moment. Relax your shoulders. Palms can be up or down, and shut the eyes or have a soft gaze. And look in on your inner landscape, that inner landscape. What's happening inside? Any areas that feel particularly good? What do they feel like? Do they feel like a shape or a colour? How does the breath affect them? And anywhere that doesn't feel quite so good? What's that like? Colours? Shapes? Just taking stock of how you feel today, generally, physically, mentally. Every day is different. Bring yourself back. Soften the shoulders. Let's come straight onto our hands and knees. And I think we'll warm up a little bit in the hips today. So some circles in the hips. That's it. Really getting into any tight areas in the hips. And then maybe going the other way. So when I thought about birds, I thought about pigeons, and then I thought about hips. And I think we're going to do a pigeon posture fairly early in the class, so I'd like to get the hips warmed up. So the hips, I hold a lot of energy in our hips, maybe make the circles bigger now. Unconscious energy, unconscious physical, mental energy in the hips. We can store a lot of stale energy here. So be kind to yourself as we work into the hips. Go the other way. Some people feel quite stuck in their hips. So we'll go gently. Maybe see if you can get the circles any bigger. And start to feel the resonance all the way up the spine. Even shut your eyes in the back of the neck, between the shoulders, just connecting into the energy of the spine. And you might want to do a little bit of freestyle here. Do what you like. It's you could do figure of 8, you could play. Remember, being creative, making shapes. So the energy for spring, the element for spring is the wood element. It's all about new growth, new shoots, new beginnings, awakening. And then maybe if you like, stay like that, stay exploring. And come into a few of the extensions and flexions of the spine and the cow-cat, the in-breath, the out-breath. And you might take your sitting bones back to your heels at the end of the out-breaths and get a delicious stretch through the spine here. And draw the chest through and look up as you come through. And round the back, draw the belly and tuck the chin in. And take your sitting bones back to your heels and stretch it out. Mobilising the spine. And the organs connected to the spring element of wood are the liver and gallbladder. And the kidneys too. And in our posture, we'll think about stimulating the energy lines, the meridians, for these areas. And when we hold the posture, a little bit of acupressure helps on these main organs, the liver, the gallbladder, and the kidneys. So use the breath. And taking time, you might shut your eyes just to check in how you feel, how your back feels today. Let's do one more like that. Stretch back. And let's hold it like this. So, all children are different. This might be for you. You might like to take the knees apart so you can get the upper body a little bit further between the legs and open up the hips more. Some people might like to rest their forehead in their hands and breathe well. Breathing in between the shoulders and breathing out, relaxing, lengthening the lower back, making space. Breathing in between the shoulders, relaxing, softening into the kidney area. Connecting to this area. Our kidneys called sometimes the doorway of life. The doorway of life. In the Taoist philosophy, it said we store all the essence of life in our kidneys. They're about rejuvenation, longevity, vitality. A couple more breaths. And they say it's important to stimulate the kidney energy before we do other postures, other movements. Let's take a down dog. Tuck the toes and push back through the feet. Get a good stretch there, a little bit of a wiggle. Wake the toes up, okay? Spread them out. Down dog. Big stretch up into lady dog. Draw the ribs to the thighs and maybe you're walking the dog. Or maybe just rising up and down here. Keep the neck long. Whatever you like. Press down with your hands, lift your tailbone and feel that you're lengthening the spine. You're making space here. Should be a delicious stretch there. So nice, down dog. And then lift the heels off. And if it's right for you, lift your right leg up and don't bend the knee. Just externally rotate the hip so the inner foot comes to the floor, the right inner foot. It's like you're stacking the right hip on top of the left, but the leg is straight. Lift the leg higher. Brilliant. Couple breaths here.
Press down with the right hand so the shoulders are squared off. Keep the neck long. Turn the front of the thigh towards the floor. Lift the leg higher, bend the knee, step the foot through, take the left knee down. So stack your spine on top of your pelvis, press your hands on your thigh, lengthen your spine, lift your heart, and open up to your first back bend, your crescent moon, Anjaneyasana. Breathe well. Little bit of space through the front of the body here, breathing into the space of the heart. And as you sink a bit lower, you get a nice stretch for the inner groin, so we're stimulating the liver and kidney meridians here. In the outer thighs, we're stimulating the gallbladder meridian. And in the spine, as you open up into your spinal extension, you're stimulating your bladder and kidney meridian. So lots of energy work here. A couple more breaths. Breathe well. Come forward. Tuck the back toes under. Down dog. Ardha Mukha Shavasana. Let's take a few nice deep slow breaths here. Tuck the chin in. Press down with your hands. Lift your hips higher. Nice long neck here. Allow yourself to soften. Then we lift the heels off. If it's right for you, lift the left leg up. Externally rotate the hip. Inner foot faces the floor. Keep the legs straight. Press down with both hands. Firm up the tummy. Can you lift the leg higher? Front of the thigh faces the floor. Draw the knee in. Keep it close. Help it or step it through. Take the right knee down. Stack the spine on top of the pelvis. Firm the tummy. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the heart. And create this beautiful back bend like a crescent moon in the night sky. And breathe well. They're also stimulating the lung meridians, the heart, the pericardium, cardium meridian. Nice deep breaths into the space of the heart, breathing in energy and spreading that energy all around you to recharge you, revitalise you. A couple more breaths. Reach forward, tuck the back toes under, step to the front. Look up, look down. Big in-breath all the way up. Take your hands to your heart. So this next one is called bird breath. Bird breath. Put your hands on your heart. Just come with me. It's fairly simple. Breathing and reaching up the back of the hands together if you can't see my hands. Keep the knees soft and dive to the earth. Exhale. Inhale, open your wings as you rise. Exhale, round the back. Take the hands back to the heart. A couple more like this then. Breathing in, drawing the energy up, backs of the hands together. To the earth. Inhale, open your wings. Exhale, to the heart. And again. So backs of the hands together like a beak. And down. Big stretch out. To the heart. Let's do two more and see if we can balance. See if we can rise up. Inhaling, rising up. Let's take the backs of the hands together. Heels down, dive down to the earth. And rise up again and open up your wings. Oh, that's wobbly. Palms together. Back to the heart. So nice firm tongue to support you here as you move. And we come again.
Last one. Make it your very best. Home to the heart. Keep the hands together. Reach up to the sky. Palms together again through the crown, the brow, the throat, the heart, to the earth. Come onto hands and knees. Let's do a little bit more warming up into these hips. Face the other way so you can just see my right hip. Take the right knee out and stretch it back. Draw it in. That's it. Try and keep the hips nice and level. Really see if you can open up a wee bit more here. Well done. Let's go the other way. Meet me there and circle it back. 6 of each. This is 2. How are you feeling it? Well done. Let's go straight to the other side on your left. Any clicking or crunching going on there? And back. Oh, well done, that's fabulous. Let's take a big stretch back in down dog, stretch the legs out. Lift the heels off, lift the right leg up, and this time bend the knee and open up the hip. Maybe flex the foot. See if you can stack the right hip on top of the left. Press down with your hands, particularly the right hand. We can open up this hip a little bit more. What does that feel like? Great. Lift the leg up, draw the knee in, help the foot through. So this one we're going to do is called the winged dragon, and I couldn't think of a bird's name. So watch your knee with this. You know, this is your option if you haven't got if your knee's not too good, just hold it like that. You can walk the foot out a little bit and press down towards the earth. That's your option. Otherwise, you're going to come on the outer edge of your foot and take your foot to the centre. You see, outer edge of the foot and take the foot to the centre. So you might just want to hold it there. If you were doing a yin practice with the winged dragon, you just hold it there. But because this is a yang practice, we're going to move. I'm going to take my hands a wee bit further forward and just do a little bit of opening up my dragon's wing. So go easy with your knee. I haven't got a good range of movement myself here because my knee is a bit restricted. I've got a little bit of a degenerative meniscus, so I have to go very carefully. You might be able to open up a bit more. I'm just very gently doing this, and hold it for a few breaths if it's right for you. Always come out of things if you're going into pain. You can hold it if it's uncomfortable, but pain is a no-no. Well done. Come up. I'm going to straighten that leg. Come over it. Breathe well. Have a little wiggle if you want to. A few more breaths. Well done. So I'm going to take another down dog to do the other side, okay?
Ease it out for a few breaths. Lift the heels off. Lift up your left leg and open up your knee again. Press down with your hands. Stretch the leg up. Draw the knee through and help the foot through. Take the foot to the centre. Take your hands a little bit further forward. Some of you might just take hands inner foot and press down if the knee's not happy. Otherwise, come onto the outer edge of that left foot. And I've got a lot more movement here, so I can show you a little bit better. And what do you think this is a preparation for? That's it. You guessed it's the pigeon we're preparing for. So a few more, just opening up your dragon's wings. And let's hold it for about 5 breaths and see if we can sink into it a little bit deeper. That's it, breathe easily. If you know Ujjayi breath, that subtle throaty breath. It's like a soft snoring or the ocean. It's called ocean breath. That can help quite a lot. I think, where do you feel this? Where's the sensation? Well done. Let's stretch it out and have a little bit forward. Ease it off. Curl the toes up and very gently, just maybe easing the ribs towards the inner thighs. The gaze is over the toes and just push back a bit through your bum. And this is often called the pedicure pose. Have a little look. How's my pedicure? Does my toenails need painting? Well done. Bend the knee. Down dog. So a nice restorative down dog here. Breathe well. Keep the neck beautifully long, chin tucked in. Pressing down with the base of the fingers and thumb, particularly the thumb and the index finger, so you don't roll on the edges of your hand. Really stretching it out. Then walk your hands back towards your feet. That's it. We've got our first little bird posture. So come down. Don't do this if your knees aren't happy, but if you come into a wide squat, please do. You face onwards so you can see me. This is called little wagtail. So you have a little wag your tail. You can move, get into the hips, get to the elbows, get into the joints. So that's stage 1. Stage 2, you can just take your hands underneath your heels, a little wiggle it there and ease it out, the circle, just warming up the hips. Some of you might take the hands a little bit further back and work towards getting the upper arms, the shoulders even, which I can't do, under the thighs. And maybe you think there's a balance here. Well, I'm not intending to do a balance because I can't do it. I can't do this one very well, but if you want to do a balance, you're very, very welcome. Think, so I'm making a little thing here. If you want to do a little balance, you're welcome. It's not one of my good ones. I'm getting to be an old lady now, and my arms aren't strong enough. But it might be quite nice to do a little rising up and down. It's quite a strengthening for the legs, isn't it? Well done. Come and take your seat. Take your hands forward. Oh, we're going to sit down, which is quite a relief, isn't it? Take your hands back and sit the bum down. Straighten out your right leg. So I'm mirroring you. And if it's available, do you put your left foot in your right inner thigh? You might need support here. Have a drink. It's a bit thirsty work today.
we're going to come into one called swallow in a minute, our second bird. Lift your bum up and just turn your tummy over your thigh, and that leg can be active or not. Let's take your hands by your hips and lift your chest. And this is forward bend, not down bend. So you're really lengthening the spine out the pelvis as you come forward and you hinge from the hips and you look over your toes. Couple more. And it doesn't matter if you're not moving, if you're not going very far. You've still got this flexion in the hips, you see. Well done. And next time you come forward, you could open your wings, flying swallow. 5 nice deep breaths. If this isn't good for the shoulders, you know, this is fine. Any other variations are fine. 5, 4, keep lengthening. 3. Hello Evie. Hello Waggy girl. 2, 1, well done. So now we have our pigeon. Now we have our pigeon. So the face is way on. I'm just going to take my left hand down and bend that knee. So, you know, this might be enough. Might be enough like this today. Otherwise, we're going to come and stretch that back leg back and have a wiggle. Check the legs straight. You might need to put support under your bottom. Okay. And don't have that knee, this front knee, at too much of an angle. It doesn't matter. Makes you comfortable. You remember it's functional yoga. It's not aesthetic. It's about what you look like. It's about what you don't look like. It's about how you feel. Not about what you look like. So this is your pigeon. And do remember that if this isn't available to you because your hips, knees don't like it, always options. Seated pigeon. Laying down pigeon. So it's sort of laying down, easing it out. Like that. There's always another way around it. That's it. Let's really lengthen the spine out of the pelvis. Look up, inhale, exhale down. Just stimulating that spinal energy, stretching back through that back leg. Making a little bit of space here. Great, so we've got a choice. If you just want to come and chill, that's cool. But if you want to do anything else, you might lift your heart, you might hold it. If you can walk your back leg back, and you might want to bend the knee and just rest above the patella. That might be for you. Snuggle, get comfy, and then you might just be able to reach your arm out, and you might be able to even do a little bind that and hold the top of the foot. And lift the left arm up, stage 1. There's lots and lots of variations here. You might be able to hold the top of the foot with both hands. Watch your back now. We're increasing our back bend a little bit in this. Pigeon is really good because it's really getting into the hips here. It's getting into that gallbladder meridian, the outer thigh, the groin area, the liver, the kidneys in the back and the inner thigh. And also then, if anybody's got a stronger practice, you know, the bind might be available to you, or a bigger bind. I can't quite bind around my hands, but I'm working towards it, and everything is always a direction, isn't it? So stay with it wherever you are. Stay with the breath. Couple more breaths of whatever you're doing. And then come and take a rest, have a snuggle. And notice the sensations. Notice the sensations you experience. Where do you feel them? In your spine? Your hips? Outer left thigh, outer glute? See if you can stay with them. Of course, if it's painful, don't. It might be uncomfortable, but that's okay. So being uncomfortable is very counterintuitive to what we're used to in this society. If things aren't quite comfortable, we want to run away. We want to take a pill. We want to put a plaster over them. Stay with it. So we breathe through it. Look inside. What does it feel like to climb inside? What's the most obvious sensation? And stay relaxed. How does your breath change the sensations? A few more breaths. Taking a look at that inner landscape. Fabulous. Come up slowly. We've got the other side to do. Tuck the toes under. It's really delicious to have a lovely down dog stretch after your pigeon, isn't it? Mm. Nice to lengthen out the spine. Keep the knees soft but draw up through the thighs. Keep the neck long. So you're beautifully strong but you're relaxed. Well done. Let's take a slow walk through, our hands to our feet again, and take a seat. Well, how are those legs doing? Are you beginning to feel it now? It's quite tough, isn't it? You know, always have a child posture if it gets too much. Or you rest like this, have a little wiggle, a little funky wagtail. Or you take your hands under your feet, and ease it out. Choose where you want to be. A bit further back. Just working in the direction, and it's always the direction. We're never there. The shoulders under the thighs. That's the direction. And maybe some of you want to try a little back and stuff. It's about as much as I can do. I've got a carpet to sit my bum on here, so that's quite nice. Oh no, I've sat down, I can't get up. Ha ha. So we could do a little bit of sort of rising up and down. Mm-hmm. Great. A couple more. Well done. And then it feels really good to take a seat, doesn't it? Sit back. Oh, and stretch out that left leg. You've worked hard. So remember, you have padding under here if you want, or you can even keep the legs straight. Remember, it's your practice. We're all very different. Lift your heart and see if you can hinge from the hips. Look at your toes and come again. So remember, you're moving from the hips, your chest is leading, and your spine isn't really doing a lot. It's just coming along for the ride. That's it. Couple more. Really make sure you've got a nice length from the pubic bone to the throat there. This one, how about we open our wings? 5 breaths. Flying swallow. Wonderful, come up. Well done. So, it might be, your pigeon might be very different this side. You might just want to take a little rest like this. Okay. You might do the laying down one, or you might be easier. I never have too much angle in my knee at the front, so I haven't got a particularly good knee on this side, so watch yours. Stretch the back leg back. Maybe get a little bit of support if you want to. Okay. Inhaling and exhaling. Really lengthening the spine out, the pelvis. You can look up if you like. The spine can be beautifully flowing like a river. Lovely and free. And keep sinking down through that left hip. Beautiful. And come up. So you may just want to have a rest now. You might hold it like that in the back bend. That might be nice. You might be able to walk back a bit through that left leg and bend the knee so it's above the knee joint. You might be able to take a little bind here. And come into a sort of flying bird. Look at your mudra. You might be able to do a double bind. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into the hips here. Go gently. Stay relaxed. And we're all different. We all do different things because we've all got different physiology. Our muscles are different strengths. Our tendons are different lengths. Our bones are slightly different. No one person's the same. Keep breathing. Take a couple more breaths in whichever posture you've chosen. Lengthen that back leg and come and have a snuggle and relax. So we're in pigeon, hold the pigeon, and I was looking for a poem about a pigeon and I couldn't really find one, except a nasty one about a pigeon being all free and happy and then being baked in a pie, and I thought that wasn't really very nice. So I found one about a blackbird. And it's by Frederick Tennyson, who apparently was Alfred Tennyson's brother. How sweet the harmonies of afternoon. The blackbird sings along the sunny breeze, his ancient song of leaves and summer boon. Rich breath of hay fields streams through whispering trees. And birds of morning trim their bustling wings and listen fondly while the blackbird sings. That's The Blackbird by Frederick Tennyson. We'll take a few more breaths. Come up slowly, tuck the back toes under. 5 nice restorative breaths in down dog. Stretch it out. It should feel quite delicious after that pigeon. And just 2 more. Breathing in slowly. Breathing out slowly. Breathing in soft and deep. Breathing out softly. Just take a moment to rest in Balasana the child. Curl up in a little ball and soften. And relax. Have a little wiggle here. Let's take a moment to feel the rebound, to absorb all the good work. Well done. Breathe in between the shoulders. Breathe out into the low back. Relax the low back. Breathe in between the shoulders. Breathe out. Relax into the kidney area. And take your hands down. Come onto your toes. And curl up really slowly to standing. Reset the spine. So another bird, the flamingo. No, I haven't done flamingo for a while. If you want to stand against the wall, please feel free. Take the weight on the right foot and spread the toes out. Make a good foundation. Take your left foot there. This is your flamingo's legs. Firm up your tummy. Take your hands to your heart. And we'll breathe in, we'll draw the energy up. Exhale back to the heart. Inhale, open your flamingo's wings. Exhale, take it home. Keep the standing knees soft. Draw the energy up. Let it wash through you. Inhaling. Take it home. So last one, you'll be glad to know. Just think about the breath. Think about the movements. So we can hold it here. Breathe well. Open your wings. Lift your heart. This is stage 1. Some of you might come a wee bit further forward. I find it helps if I bend the right knee and make a little shelf to rest my left foot on. I'm working my belly towards my thigh. I'm rounding my back. It's nice for the digestion. And you can make a beak and fold your wings. And you can rest your chin on your knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, breathing in and out. I'll fly away, flamingo. God, I was strong in the legs. Have a little walk. I think the practice is quite tough on the legs today, so go gently. Let's keep a soft knee on the left side. Spread the toes out. Take the right foot there. Firm up the belly. Take your hands to your heart. Yeah, a little bit of bending in that left knee helps, making the shelf. Breathing in and exhaling. Inhale into the heart and take it home. And again. So you're rooting down and you're extending. You've got these lovely strong legs. They look a bit fragile, but they're beautifully strong. Just think about a beautiful flamingo. See it in your mind's eye. And hold it. Think about the breath, that ocean breath or ujjayi breath if it helps. Some of you might fold over and start to rest your ribs towards your inner thigh. That's the direction. Keep smiling, keep smiling. Some of you might fold your wings over. Should we make a beak? Should we take 5 breaths? 5, 4, firm up the tummy. 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. Fly away, flamingos. So, oh, I felt it in the legs. Did you? Let's come and just hang out there a moment. Bend the knees, rest the belly on the shelf of the thighs, and just sort of have a wiggle, snuggle down there. And feel the rebound of the pose. Take time. And slow your curl up. Take your hands to your heart, breathing in. And exhale all the way down to the earth and look up. Step your left leg back, heel and toes out, bend the right knee, big circle with the left arm and find warrior 2 with the right leg leading. And stretch your arms, your wings from the centre and soften your shoulders. Palms can be up and down. Palms up. Let's reverse our warrior. And let's think about the shoulders here a little bit. So bend the elbow and see if you give the back of the neck a tickle. Take your left arm and just help to walk your hand down a wee bit further. And that might be where you want to stay. Or you might just sweep the arm round and you know what I'm going to say, you're doing a bind. And if you can't reach, you might have a strap available or you might just hold your t-shirt, it doesn't matter. We can take as much back bend as we like here. So sink down, feel grounded and feel where gravity is acting on the body. Let the breath settle you in position and relax a little bit deeper. Couple more breaths. Then keep the left arm wrapped round while you rest the right elbow beautifully and carefully here. Roll the shoulder back. Well done. Either stay there and rest or reach the top arm up, the left arm up, and take it over by the ear. And we can move a bit in here. Let's move the shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. Couple more. Then you've got a lovely steady foundation. Then you can flow. So you wrap the arm round and rest there. I'm going to give you different options here. Be happy to rest here or take child. Some of you might take your right arm underneath and you might be able to take it round. You might be able to manage a bind. The right hand grabs the left wrist. And we hold that and we just draw our fingers back towards the left heel and lift your heart. So choices. You could either stay there or we could try the bird of paradise. Just to walk that back foot in a little bit, that left foot in. Okay? Point the right toes. Soften the left leg. Well, I can't always do this. Stay steady. Can you come down carefully how you came in? Well done. Open your wings. Palms come up. Take the hands to the heart. Step to the front of the mat. And then a big inhale, a big breath of joy there. Let's take the left arm over the right and find the eagle arms. Breathe well into the back body. We've done some heart opening postures. We've stretched out the shoulders. So breathe well into the back body. Lift the elbows even higher. And enjoy that space you're making in the back of the heart. It should feel good. A few deep breaths here. Can you lift them even higher towards the chin, or even take them away a wee bit further here? That's it. So you really get that lovely stretch. Do a little bit of cycling. You can have a wiggle. You can have a play with this. And then do a big inhale, breathing in well. Draw that energy in and hold the breath in, hold the breath in. And then when you're ready, allow yourself to soften, bend the knees, and you can do a breath. Oh, hello, if you think that's funny, a hard breath. Just have a little sort of a breath. Let it go. Hello, Evie. Allow yourself to soften. Have a wiggle. Yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing, Evie? Oh, and slowly calm up. She gets a little bit worried when I do the heart breaths, don't you, baby girl? I'm a little bit worried when I do the heart breaths. Let's do the other side, shall we? Hello, what are you doing? Do you have a drink or anything that you need? Breathing in. And come to the earth. Do you want to go out before we start? Off you go. Out you go. That's it. Breathing in. And come to the earth. Look up. Take your right leg back. And it's a big circle. Warrior two. Feel this reaching down through strong legs and extending up. Lengthening out and softening. When you soften, you can make more space. Palms up, palms down. Soften the shoulders. And next time the left palm turns up, reverse your warrior. Reverse your warrior. That gives the back of the neck a tickle. You might take your hand and just gently ease it down. That's it. See if you can walk your fingers even further down between the shoulders. Make space. So be happy to stay there. That might be enough. But let's reach the arm round and see if you can bind. It might be very different this time. And if you can't bind, that's okay. Take a strap or hold your t-shirt. Just try to get the elbow to the back of the head. And then we might open up even more here. So even though you're in a bit of a back bend, don't straighten that front knee. Keep it over the ankle. Tummy nice and firm. And very gently keep the spine with the right arm and rest the left elbow very lightly and soften the shoulders. And stay there or take a rest or reach the arm up. And inhale. And exhale. So we've made this lovely firm foundation. Then we can flow. That's it. To make space. Next time you take the arm back, wrap it round and either stay there, take a rest, or some might be able to bind. They might be able to get the shoulder just sort of towards or underneath the left thigh, and the left hand can grasp the right wrist and pull it. So the
binder is always the wrapper is always the binder. You hold the right wrist with the left hand because that's binding. Okay. You just sort of ease your fingers towards the right heel there. And just start to spin your ribs, your chest towards the right. You can lean against that knee and you can open up even more. You might want to marinate there. Or you might want to gently, she says, walk the right foot in, try and go gracefully, and then this might be where you want to be. You might have to just lift the toes off a little bit, just a little bit. Keep the standing knees soft, the belly firm. And can you lift up? Oh, and if it's a wobbly day, it doesn't matter. Breathe well. Nice firm tummy. Come down gracefully, just as gracefully as you went in. And that's lovely. So very gently, we'll open up our wings. We'll meet in two. We're coming to the end of the strong stuff. Palms up. Take your hands together. Step to the front of your mat. A big breath of joy. Right over left. Give yourself a hug or eagle your arms. Take the elbows away. Take the forearms away. Stretch it out. You can circle and rock in. Easing out between the shoulders. Good. Breathing in well. So a big deep breath in and the back bend if you like, and hold the breath in. And when you can no longer hold it in, you can just go, ha, breath, let everything go. And hang there. You can release the bind if you like. The ragdoll. Let it down. Have a little wiggle, snuggle. And then come take down dog. I think this is your last down dog, so make it a really juicy good one. Well done. Come onto your hands and knees. Just take a moment to relax and soften. Curl up in a little ball like a little dormouse and rest. Let's come slowly onto your belly. So you need a little bit of room around you for this next one. It's always difficult at home, isn't it? Room to take your arms out. Good flying swan. Take your arms in front of you. Back straight legs. And as you breathe in, open your wings and bend your knees. Exhale down. That's the movement. It's quite simple. Breathing in. And exhale down. Again. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your heart. 3. Let's do 3 more. And if it's too much of a back bend, don't do it. Take a break. Well done. Come down, stretch it out. Just take your elbows under your shoulders and hold the Sphinx. Press down with the elbows. Feel you can make a nice length from the elbows to the shoulders and roll the shoulders back. So your neck's in line with your spine, the Sphinx.
If this is too strong for you, you can always do this one. I really want you to feel it in your low back. We're working into kidney area here. Nice firm tummy. Roll the shoulders back. So there's various, keep the tummy firm. So there's various things you can do with this. If you've got if your neck's aching a bit, you can always put it on a brick. It's always quite nice and supportive. Some people have got these, it's nice to have a bolster actually, if you want to treat yourself or you've got a birthday coming up. That's quite restful to rest like that, you see. Or you want it a little bit stronger, just take the elbows on the bolster. Okay. Let's take a few breaths there and just check how we feel, how that feels. Take your awareness in and once again be aware of the sensations. Where you feel this. Your spine, your low back. Press down with your thighs, top of your feet. And we're stimulating the kidney area, the kidney meridian here. The kidney is the doorway to life. It's said in the Taoist philosophy that's where the essence of life is held. It's about longevity, rejuvenation, vitality. And apparently we're given two essences of life. One's called before heaven, that we're given before we're born. And one's called after heaven. So you can read more about that if you want to. Relax there with the breath. Tummy nice and firm. I've got another poem to read you about birds. This is called The Wren by Mary Oliver. Just now the wren from Carolina buzzed through the neighbour's hedge. A line of grace notes I couldn't even write down, much less sing. Now he lifts his chestnut-coloured throat and delivers such a cantering praise. For what? For the early morning, the taste of the spider, for his small cup of life that he drinks from every day, knowing it will refill. All things are inventions of holiness. Some more rascally than others. I'm on that list too, though I don't know exactly where. But every morning there is my own cup of gladness. And there's that wren in the hedge above me with his blazing song. So take a few more breaths. Very slowly to counter poses. It's quite nice to draw one knee in and rest like that and relax. And just feel the rebound of the work you've done. Letting go. Feeling the earth hold you and allowing yourself to soften. Let's come up nice and slowly. And take your knees over to the left. So this is like a little mermaid posture. Actually, I put my left foot in a right thigh. We'll sit like that. Lift up your left arm. Take your fingertips behind you. Take your right hand on your left knee and ease yourself round in a twist. Breathe well. So get that a wee bit deeper. It's a nice one for stimulus for the outer thigh, the gallbladder, the inner thigh, the liver, because we've got a little bit of an internal rotation in the thigh and an external rotation in this. For the digestive organs. A little bit of massage to the tummy muscles. So you can get around a wee bit more with each breath. And then very gently turn your head and look over your right shoulder, tuck your chin in. Let your body follow to the centre. Put your foot on the earth, your right foot on the earth. We're going to come into another bird called the crane. So if this is too much for you, hold the back of the thigh or wherever. Some people hold a strap. Some people might be laying down. Let's take some nice breaths here and stretch out that right leg. We've worked really hard today, strengthening the legs. So it's good to balance this with stretching them out. Breathe well. And your gaze could be at your toes. We'll just be working to shut that gap between the ribs and the thigh, the chest and the thigh. Just like in a forward bend. Just ease out that leg. How's that feeling? Very gently take the foot the other side of the thigh. Sit nice and tall here. Place your fingertips behind you. Lengthen through the left side and maybe take your arm there or give yourself a hug. And a few deep breaths here. So I couldn't find any twists with birds' names. This is a fish posture. Ardha Matsyendrasana, the half-lord of the fishes. I read you another poem while you hold it. So this is called I Watched a Blackbird. There seem to be lots of blackbird poems by Thomas Hardy. I watched a blackbird on a budding sycamore one Easter day, when sap was stirring twigs to the core. I saw his tongue and crocus-coloured bill, parting and closing as he turned his trill. Then he flew down, seized on a stem of hay, and up to where his building scheme was underway. As if so sure a nest was never shaped on spray. Let's slowly derotate out of that. It's quite difficult to choose poems. There's some beautiful poems about birds, but sometimes they're a little bit long and a little bit intense. Ease out the inner thighs, the inner knees. Or sometimes they're a little bit twee and a bit too chocolate boxy. I had quite a job finding some bird poems. Let's come the other side. So a big stretch up through the sides of the body. Place the left hand on the right knee, the right fingertips behind you, and very gently ease yourself round. Just think about your belly, your ribs, your chest, your shoulder, all coming round. And this lovely, lovely twist here. Should feel good. Energizing postures for this season. I love twists. Do make it a wee bit more juicier. Come around a wee bit more. So we can go. Well done. Then take a little peek over to the left. Tuck the chin in. Do a sort of double twist here. Let the upper body follow. Place the left foot on the floor. You can lay down doing this, remember. You can take a strap or hold wherever you like. holding the crane. So you can make some little wings with your hands. Could be your crane's wings with your fingers. And have a little ease out. Well done. Place your foot the other side. Sit nice and tall. And very gently ease yourself round. A little bit of a back bend. And take that right arm round. You've got this lovely twist from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Breathe well. See if you can make it a wee bit more juicier here. Giving the digestive organs a lovely squeeze here. Everything a massage. So good. Breathing in, drawing all that spring energy up. And breathing out, letting it wash all the way through you. Well done. The vernal energy of spring. And very gently take a peek over the shoulder. And ease it out. Take the soles of the feet together. And this is called the long-legged butterfly, so something with wings but not a bird. When I sit like this, because of my knees, I like to take my bolster. Isn't that helpful for me? You might have a block, you might want to put it between your feet so you can work towards resting your head on the block. You might adjust, however. Get a length through the front of the body, and you might take the toes. You might be able to wrap your arms underneath and work towards holding the feet. Just choose your posture and settle down. Breathe well into the back body. Allow yourself to soften, go inwards. Be aware of the sensations inside. How does your spine feel? Your hips, your knees. And just to suit you. And when you found a comfy place, just see if you can stay there. That's called your edge. Relax into it. And yes, it might be a bit uncomfortable, but that's okay. Stay with it. Don't run away. See if you can let go into it. But of course, if there's any pain, any stabbing, any stinging, any sharp pains, any tingling, you come out then. And start to slow down the breath. Slow down your thoughts. We're coming to a quieter place here. Taking time to absorb all the good work you've done. Let's take a couple more slow breaths. Where can you let go further? Where can you soften? And when you come out of these postures, come out slowly. Sometimes the hardest bit is coming out, isn't it? And you can say, oh. And that's okay, because that sounds a bit like om, doesn't it? Om. So get warm, cosy stuff on. Just got one more twist when we lay down. To get your room ready, you might want to light a candle, play some soft music, anything you want to do. And when you're ready, come and sit on your mat and come down nice and slowly to the ground. So if you want to do a little gentle twist, draw the knees in and take your knees over to the left and take your normal sort of gentle supine twist. Otherwise, we could come into an eagle legs twist for those who want to. Draw the knees in, you take your right knee over your left, and that might be enough. You may not bind, or you might put the foot underneath. Take your feet down. Press down through your bottom foot and shift your hips over to the right and gently ease that knee over to the left. And we do a little bit of a rocking movement here to gently sort of ease out. How does that hip feel? And maybe come onto your side and take your right hand on top of your left, and then you can open up the shoulders. Press your head into the mat, lift the chest up and spread the shoulders out and adjust that knee. So you might find the shoulders not down on the right side, the knees not down, and that's okay. You might want a little bit of cushion to prop it up. And if it doesn't go down, well, it's all right. Remember, it's not about what it looks like. It's functional yoga. It's not aesthetic. Go inwards. See what you can feel. Where do you feel the sensations? You can lengthen your tailbone a bit to make a little bit more space through the low back. Maybe draw the knees in a little bit more there. You could look towards the right or not. You could reach an arm up if you want behind you. Depends on the room. I haven't got much room here. But it's such a delicious stretch for your low back, isn't it? Especially after all these back bending postures. And a really nice stretch up the sides of the body to stimulate the energy in the gallbladder. Good, let's take a couple more breaths. And when you come out, just unravel before you come out. That's the best thing to do. Well done. Press your feet into the mat, shift your hips over to the other side, if applicable. Draw the knees in. You might just take the knees over, or you might take the left knee on top of the right, or you might be able to do the bind in eagle legs. Press your foot down and very gently ease the knees over to the right. I quite like a little bit of a rocking movement here in the hips. How do those hips feel, by the way? So this is an external hip rotation, not for anyone who's had a hip replacement. Do something different. And then we come onto our side. I can open up. Good. Press the head into the mat, lift the chest and spread the shoulders out. And if they don't come down, that doesn't matter. And if the knee doesn't come down, that doesn't matter. As we stay there, we breathe into it. You feel a bit more spacious, don't you? You can lengthen your tail towards your hips. Get that juicy stretch through the back body. So breathing in slowly, breathing out slowly, breathing in soft and deep, breathing out softly and beautifully. Finding heaviness. Just love this stretch for my low back. I feel it does it so much good. Take a couple more breaths. Well done. Slowly unravel before you come up. And just take the legs out, Supta Baddha Konasana, and have a little rock from side to side if you like, or if you want to come into Happy Baby. That's an option too, actually. That feels really nice to lengthen out the low back. So do what you need to do as a counter posture. Hold them. So it's a little bit like your wagtail posture, isn't it? Upside down here. And then come and settle for Shavasana. Settle comfortably for Shavasana. Take your time, there's no rush. Make sure you're settled. Shut your eyes or a soft gaze. And we're doing a visualization here. So imagine you're in a beautiful garden. It's a lovely day. The sun's shining. You're going for a walk. Walk through your garden, enjoying the flowers. Enjoying their colours, their fragrance. Take it all in. Listen to the birds, the rustle of the leaves in the trees. And feel the springy green grass under your feet, the sun on your face, a breeze in your hair, a perfect summer's day in your English country garden. How many birds do you notice? The blackbird with his yellow beak, a cooing wood pigeon, white collared with shades of grey and blue plumage, a blue tip boasting hues of blue, yellow and green, a humble sparrow with his chestnut back and yellow-brown beak, a noisy magpie proudly sporting his monochrome coat, little Jenny Wren. No flamingos in sight though. So walk by a little stream. Brightly coloured dragonflies are hovering across the stream. Wildflowers everywhere. There's a soft patch of grass. Lay down and let your eyes wander to the blue sky and over some tall trees. Shut your eyes. Breathe in and sigh it out in sheer contentment. Letting body and mind relax. Relax and be at peace with the sun, the flowing stream, the bird's song. Be at peace, peace and perfect peace. So now it's time to leave your beautiful garden. And now you can return there at any time. Gradually start to Be aware of your surroundings now. Your physical presence on your mat. The shape and form of your body resting on the earth. The room you're in. And start to wiggle fingers and toes. Stretch out legs and arms. Maybe take your head gently from side to side. Or take a full big body stretch and a yawn. And slowly come onto your hands and knees. No, come onto your side, sorry. Slowly come onto your side. And take your time to come up to seated. We do a big inhale. Gather all that energy up. And bring it all the way down. Crown. Brow for peaceful thoughts. Throat for kind words. And to your hearts. Namaste. Om Shanti. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you like the videos, do take a look at my website, www.exeteryoga.org, Jill's Yoga, and also Jill's Yoga YouTube channel. I really appreciate it if you like the videos and you subscribe. Have a lovely, super week. Thank you.